So let's start there, because there's a reason you were able to get all this stuff that most people, that nobody who's taken this kind of a look at the case, and there have been others who have tried, has gotten. You're intimately connected with the police force and the police in Minneapolis. And Liz, you're a news reporter. I mean, you're in the business of uncovering stories, and you're also married to lifelong cop. So let me start with you, Liz, and just explain to us how you came at this, because I imagine you were going through the whole George Floyd backlash in a way the rest of us were not.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, Megyn, thank you so much for having us on and having the courage to bring this forward. I'm thrilled you were able to watch the film. We're still kind of getting the emotion and such from people that have seen it for the first time, even though it will be released tomorrow, just from some folks who were able to see it at our premiere last night. And that's what we want people to feel in all of this, simply that this didn't have to happen, and to put this all together in a way that makes sense for people, and putting the truth out there. But yeah, you're right. My husband was a long time Minneapolis police lieutenant. He was the president of the police union in Minneapolis during all of this. I was a long time anchor and reporter at the CBS station, in fact, in Minneapolis, where it was kind of my lifelong dream to work growing up. It was the station I grew up watching, and I sort of watched my personal world fall apart professionally, I should say, through all of this. The cancel culture came after me in full force, and after my husband as well, because of course the police union had to be to blame for all of this. And but more than anything, I was so troubled as a journalist through all of this, how they were privy to the information, the truth in all of this, and they refused to report it. Instead, it was this dangerous narrative they decided to push from day one. And you're right, we're still paying the consequences to this day.
It's not just Derek Chauvin and the three other officers who wound up being taken down as a result of this narrative. We're all living this. I mean, this case directly led to the increase in crime in major American cities, coast to coast, the loss of lives, not just of police, but of the Black community in disproportionate numbers, as police pulled back, quit, retired early. Not to mention the explosion of the pre-existing, but at one point still percolating, now it's exploded, DEI programs in every part of our lives, whether it's K through 12 education or corporate America or sports fields. I mean, it's everywhere. And it's built on a lie. It's built on a lie, many lies. You've got to watch this thing. When people come on the show, you guys, I support their, they don't get on the show if I don't support what they've done. If I can't promote the book, I don't believe in it, or I don't like the movie, I just won't have them on. I wouldn't have you on and then disparage your product. But some really affect me more than others. I'm really begging the audience to watch this. And before we go any further, I should make clear. So it's Alpha News, Liz. Is it on Rumble as of tomorrow? Where specifically and how specifically?
Yeah, it's Alpha News MN. That's our channel. We want people to follow our Rumble channel, and also the website is the Fall of Minneapolis. So thefallofminneapolis.com, it'll get you there as well. But Alpha News is where I am now. I left mainstream media through all of this, just so tired of pushing this propaganda and this divisive messaging, and not calling out the people who needed to be called out from the very beginning. And I went over to Alpha News. We're an independent news organization in Minnesota, and they allowed me to put this documentary together with Dr. Chaix. And it does take courage nowadays, sadly, to report the truth. That's the world we live in. But yes, thank you so much for pointing people in the right direction. I do hope as many people will watch as possible.
They're going to watch this. Trust me, you need to watch this. I will tell you, Liz, I had a similar experience in that I was sitting on my couch when the George Floyd thing happened, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. It was post-NBC. I didn't want to go back to the mainstream media. That had been a terrible experience. And I wasn't sure whether I would get off the couch at all, frankly. I was, this business is disgusting and toxic in many ways. And I just thought, maybe I'll just sit here with my family and, do something else. And it was this case and the reaction to it and what was happening to cops, and I have one as a brother, that made me get off the couch. I mean, I could just see that the lies being told, and Heather McDonald, who's coming up after you two, was one of the very few brave souls to write the truth. Even then, even at the fever pitch point of George Floyd in the aftermath. She wrote the truth. And I thought, I have to get out there. I've got to set the record straight. This is deeply wrong, what's happening. But boy, I had no idea. And now I do. JC, so how do you know Liz? And because it seems to me you were a filmmaker before this. So how did you get involved in this?
Sure. We have a mutual friend, or let's just say a powerful force in the universe out there. And he runs lawofficer.com. I helped him write a book. And he's a friend of Bob Kroll, Liz's husband, and said, hey, before you even think about writing anything, you should talk to my guy. You should talk to me. And we immediately hit it off. We realized there's a lot of truth that needs to be told here. And I'm just glad to be a part of the team. And with Alpha News going after the truth relentlessly, it's been, as most people say, a blessing, but it's been something like that, near divine, to be a part of a team that goes after the truth and puts all the other nonsense aside, as you know, in the media industry. And
I will say that with Jay's background also as a police officer, he was able to see this through that lens as well, and see how this cancel culture came after the profession from day one. And you said it based on lies, and the lies began almost immediately here.
Right.
Thanksgiving is 1 week away. It's time. We got to get on our horse. It's time. Thanksgiving is 1 week away. That means the best Genucel sale of the year. Yay. And just in time for the holidays, the Genucel most popular package is back for you to look stunning for your Thanksgiving gatherings. And with the brand new Genucel 3 also included, you could look 10, 15, even 20 years younger with the best natural skincare anywhere. This is one of the things I love about the Genucel products. They're not riddled with like weird perfumes. They're clean. The packaging is lovely. It's elegant. They don't overwhelm you with a bunch of scents and all that stuff. Sunny from Rockford, Illinois knows. She wrote in, I will give Genucel 5 stars because the products they do exactly what they promise to do. It's working. Take advantage of the Genucel best sale of the year and say goodbye to fine lines, crow's feet, bags and puffiness, laugh lines, and dark spots. Look and feel your absolute best, or you get your money back. No questions asked. Go to Genucel.com/MK podcast for better than 70% off on Genucel's most popular package with Genucel 3 and Dark Spot Corrector. And for results in 12 hours or less, you get the immediate effects product included for free. Genucel.com/MK, Genucel.com/MK podcast. If you could include MK podcast, that would let them know that you heard of us here. And go there now for a free upgrade to priority shipping. GENUCEL.com/MK podcast. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.